evening, good evening. We are headed to Logan, Utah. Just kind of leaving the flatlands of the valley. Headed up into the hills here. Highway 89/91. Harbor Freight load. Just brought it in from nice sunny Vegas this morning. I don't know what time we left. I left later than I wanted to. Probably, well, not really later than I wanted to. About the right time. I think it was 11 o'clock we left there. It's now 7 o'clock. Or actually maybe 11:30. We have a Harbor Freight delivery tomorrow morning. We had nice dry roads until we got off the freeway. And it changed a bit. We happen to get all the after work traffic, rush hour traffic. Moved over to let those people get in. Coming in from a highway, an on-ramp. It's not really a freeway, but I guess sort of is. Moved over to let them on, and they're kind of back there a bit. We got 31 balmy degrees. Nice California snow. In Utah. Mantua, half a mile. I gotta keep my speed up. See the white lines, don't drift into my lane here. So we go up and over these hills here and then go into the Logan Valley, I guess. We have sort of a light load. It's like 22,000, I think, which is actually good for this type of stuff because you're heavy enough to put some traction down, but yet light enough to keep your momentum going. No wind, which is nice. With more effective visibility than us being at 22,000. So we'll level off here a bit and then we go up some more. It's been a while since I've been up here, but kind of still remember a little bit about it. Those trucks are either heavy, or that one truck is, or he's overcautious. I sure hope that other truck doesn't decide to pull out in front of us right when we get there, because they do that. They don't look at the momentum of the vehicle. They see a car coming, but they just pull right over. They don't look to see what the momentum is. All you have to do is wait a few seconds and you'll catch it. Got 19 miles to Logan. Probably got a load of milk on. It's going easy on the throttle. No traction control kicking in. Got the plow trucks coming in the other direction. So more than likely we'll be empty tomorrow morning, and then more likely probably go to Salt Lake City to get loaded up. So in my last video I saw a few comments that someone said that they wouldn't be driving in this stuff. They're done with it type thing, you know. He better watch himself. You're that light. This stuff is nasty at this speed. I'm doing 41, so he's probably doing 50, 45. But so I imagine he's light, that semi truck up there, so he's got to watch it as far as keeping it planted. I know some people are saying that they wouldn't drive in this stuff, and you know, sometimes you have to. you have no choice. You just get caught in it, if you will, you know. But like some of them truck drivers, like, I don't chain up like it's a badge of honor. I'm like, that's really, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they say that. Is it because they don't know how to chain up? Are afraid to drive in the snow? Because logically, throw your chains on, you can keep on rolling. You know, you keep driving. You don't have to sit and wait it out. But I actually interlocked my axles just to give you another drive axle so the one doesn't break loose so easily. And we haven't had any TC kick on at all, traction control. So there is some kind of grip. We got a temperature at 27 now. We'll just go down this hill. Test our braking. I want to get straight first. Looks like the plow trucks just kind of made a mess up here. Spread it all around. Not too bad, but it is slick out. I can see pretty far up there now, so I'll let it go a little bit. So it's not really the speed that gets you. I mean, it does when you mess up going at a high speed. We're just coasting, so there's no reason anything should happen. We're not actually in Mexican overdrive, we're in gear. But it's when you mess around with something else, like the wheels, by throttle, or jerking your steering wheel or hitting the brakes, that you kind of lose control. We're at 55 right now, actually 57. Temperature is 27 degrees. I think this is just a little dip up on top and then we go down. I'm pretty sure it'll be snowing up there as well, or down there in Logan. So I used to put my cruise control on and off. I just actually had it on. So yeah, when we go back to Salt Lake tomorrow, more than likely to load up. I don't care if it snows at all, but I will care if the wind is kicking up, because we'll be empty. Got a little Jake brake action going on. It looks like it's snowing up here a little bit more. So I'm going to wager to say that that other truck, because we don't usually get passed by other truckers in snow. It happens, but it's not something that happens very often. And I have no problem with it. It just tells me that the boys got some experience. Or the gal, who knows? Looks like he's taking it a little bit easier going downhill. Temperature's going back up. Notice the ground is changing, the road condition is changing a bit. I thought there was another truck in front of him. Wish he could get over. You could see his white lines. Looks like we got another mile of this. I'm in one position, Jake. 9th gear. 12.5 RPMs. Kind of holding us just right. We've got 28 minutes left before we're forced into a half-hour break. I'd hate to be like 500 feet from the store and have to do a half-hour break before I could actually get there. But I think we'll be all right. It said, I think 19 miles before we started climbing the hills. So yeah, that one position, Jake, 9th gear, and now we're kicked up to about almost 14,000 RPM. There's 14 there. Starting to kick it up a little bit. And this car is like right there in our lane. Everybody else is doing the right one clip, and he's sitting right there. He should be in the other lane. So 9 miles, that was about a 10-mile run. State trooper. got to 29 degrees, doing 49 and a 60. Piece of cake. So I mean, like some people won't drive in these conditions. I can understand why, but also I don't understand why, because it's really not that big of a deal. Of course, I'm a veteran of it, but still, we were just kind of taking our time and cruising right along. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I still get a bit of anxiety, even with all the experience that I have. I'll turn off the interlocked axles. Like coming down I-15, you start to see snow like this, and you're like, oh man, I got to go up into the hills, you know, and it just kind of gets to me a little bit still. But then after we've done it, like we just have, it's like, why was I worried about any of it? You know, we do know what we're doing with it, but like I said, it still gets me. Not ashamed to say. Once you, like if I was back up in the mountains where I dealt with it every day, that anxiety disappears pretty fast. That was a nice little quick jaunt up and over the hills. So there is a storm warning, so we could be getting who knows how much snow. Not worried about it. I've only got 9 hours and I'll probably have 9 hours and 30 minutes left of my 70, because it got jacked up by that. We were taking off, and if I would have waited the next day, which I had to anyway, would have had a reset done. But I do get 4.5 hours back tomorrow, and then 11 the next day. So it's enough to get somewhere. Recapping hours. I saw a reflection in my fender mirror, and I was like, oh, there's a car there? How did I miss that? But it was a reflection off of the car behind me, off of the wet surface. Kind of threw me for a little loop there for a second. Harbor Freight closes in a half an hour. I wanted to buy some clamps to make them shelves. I have a bunch already, but when we were making them, me and Sarah, she was the first girl in the video. Then it was my other daughter, Marilyn, and then my granddaughter, Mila. Sarah's the one that helps me do it. When we're both working on them, they don't all require clamps, but some do, because the wood is warped at times. So you're trying to make a perfect joint. So the glue and the clamps work really good. So I need to pick up probably 10 more. maybe we'll have enough time, but if I'm not worried about if I get from this store, I get from another one. Those things are okay to buy, I suppose, because they're just clamps. Like I bought that little Dremel thing for 20 bucks and boom, it was done that quick. It's like it has a lock for the shaft, and so you can undo the nut to transfer bits. It's almost like that shaft that goes, or the pin that goes into the shaft, kind of got sucked in while it was running, and it just welded to it. It was done. I took it back to it and I go, here you go, this is a POS. Didn't even really get to use it. I think I made 2 or 3 cuts with it. Anyway, let's see what happens. So that was just a quick jaunt up and over the hills to Logan. Thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. Until the next time, enjoy. Peace. Maybe we'll wake up to a foot or more. See ya.